So it's Friday at the end of the day and I'm coming in to close down the dark room in order to leave to go home. And unfortunately the place is kind of a train wreck. So I'd kind of show you right off the bat, since this person did such a great job, what I think your enlarger space should look like every single time you take off at the end of a period. You should always have the contact printer under the shelf. If that does land on the ground, the glass breaks and then we're in big trouble because they're too expensive to buy anymore. We have an easel already set up on the enlarger base ready to go. The light's been turned off on the timer so it doesn't run all the time. And this person was nice enough to put their negative carrier back where it's supposed to be. And they left a piece of cardboard right on the right hand side so that when the lights are off and a person has to do a test strip, they can just reach out and it's right there where they know it's going to be every single time. So this is actually a really good job on this particular enlarger. But then we look over here at these mutts. I mean, this is kind of a joke. It's so bad. With the trash underneath. I mean, this is, you know, hashtag loser. Hashtag even your parents don't like you. I mean, look at the enlarger. The contact printer is on top. The easel is set down on top of the base under that. There's scissors, there's negatives. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 filters. Another set of negatives, filters, more scissors, the timer's left on. And lo and behold, they didn't even leave the negative carrier in the enlarger. So not only is someone going to have to come in and deal with this mess if they print here next, they're going to spend the first 10 minutes of the period running around trying to find a negative carrier. And that's just not the way it's supposed to be. Let me take a wild guess. Yeah, oh, of course. If you have 7 filters already down here where you need them, you definitely want to have an extra one up here in the filter holder. Okay? If you go to the station right to the left of that, you have a couple of extra filters laying around. There is no contact printer. This person also did not leave the negative carrier in their enlarger, so who knows where that is. Now, if this room was dark and the person came in to start here, they're never going to find that extra negative carrier. They're going to have to go to every single person and ask them to feel around their enlarger station to locate it. So that's just not something that's acceptable. You just can't do that to your fellow classmates. There's one here, but there's all kinds of gloves and paper and trash and scissors, and here's a set of negatives. The paper was left in this one too. Oh, there's a second contact printer. So somebody's without a contact printer at some enlarger space. Over here you have 1, 2 easels underneath sitting on top of a contact printer. So when this person goes to pull these easels out and it's dark in here and they don't realize that there's a contact printer under there, they're going to accidentally pull that out. When that glass hits the floor, it's going to shatter in a million pieces. And we're going to have to buy another contact printer. And we just, like I said before, don't have the money for that kind of stuff. Scissors, test strips, negatives, cardboard. There's 3 sets of cardboard on here. There are 2 easels at this enlarger. So that means somewhere in this room there's somebody else without an easel. This person's going to set a record. There are 1, 2 contact printers. Make that 3 contact printers when you look on the enlarger base. Filters floating around, they left their negatives, there's scissors. Folks, there should almost never ever be a pair of scissors in the dark room. You can't cut in the dark, and I don't know what you'd be cutting at your enlarger space anyway. So there shouldn't be any scissors in this room. And yet there's another pair at this enlarger. Now this person obviously accidentally exposed 1, 2, 3, 4 sheets of paper. So if they knew that happened, there was absolutely no reason to leave that exposed paper at the enlarger station. That's something that could have easily been thrown away. There are trays and extra contact printer over here on the cart. These trays should be back over there by the enlarger trays where the printing trays are with the chemicals in them. There's another piece of paper down here that should have been thrown out. Gotta admit, I'm pretty sure I've never seen one of these things. But that's obviously the remnants of a photogram from somebody. But in all honesty, you just have to make sure that you take responsibility for the station that you use so that the person after you comes in and doesn't have to put up with that mess and lose valuable printing time of their own, taking care of what you should have done on your own. Okay, thanks a lot.